Hey there, let's talk about some ways to use Recur. So I'm going to show maybe a primary flow and then just some other places you can use it. So ideally, I think the most streamlined flow is when you're in RepairShopr and you're checking in a new person. I'll just say this is new person and their phone number is a phone number. And we create the customer right here. If you're at check-in in your shop and you've got your flyer up on the counter and you're telling them about the managed antivirus service that you have where you'll take care of them and stuff, that's a great place for them to say, oh yeah, I'm definitely interested. And you could, at that point, if you've got the machine open, you could, create the customer and then grab a Kabuto installer right here and just put it on the computer. So maybe you need some way to get this to the computer. You could grab the Kabuto installer for the monitoring and AV and stick it on a USB drive and put it in the computer, or stick it on your NAS. It's going to have their name. So when we get this installer, it should give me an executable that's like a new person and a policy ID. So if you stick this on a network storage or something where your other computers can get to it, that's probably the quickest way to get this installer onto that person's computer. So that is super streamlined. That's one way to do it. I would say that's the get an installer on every single computer, most optimized flow. Another way you can do it is, let's say you've already got a person, you've already got a ticket going for them. I'll just speedy maybe remove virus intake, create ticket. So maybe you've already got a ticket going for them. There's a email Kabuto customer installer. This is a handy way to give them a basic customer installer. Feature disabled until you finish mapping all your Kabuto customers. Click to continue. I should probably go through and do that. Okay, I went off camera and went and mapped them all. So now if I refresh that ticket, I should be able to use that feature. Okay, so I'm going to email them the installer. So what that does is it just puts this cool template tag into the ticket comment, and you can, send that email. It'll show you the link here, and now this will be in their inbox. So if you happen to have this computer open on your bench and have their email client open, you could maybe just click it. Or if this is a remote support job and they're at home and you're on your computer in the shop, you can do this. This is a nice way to get them that installer to make that easy for them to do. You could also use a technician installer on your network, and then you're going to have to do the customer mapping if you don't enter the name exactly right, but that's definitely a flow you can do. You could have that technician installer on your network. I won't show that one, but this is a couple different ways you can get an installer going. And another good flow could be the customer portal. So when they're getting these ticket emails, another thing that's happening is they're getting links to the customer portal, and they might just stumble into the see packages and click one and put in their credit card and subscribe. Then they'll get an installer link at the end of that flow too. So kind of a lot of different ways you can get the installer onto their computer. And then once you're at that point, I'll show how the actual subscription itself works. Okay, so let's show a flow where we've got a customer and you've got a device for them in Kabuto and you want to set up a subscription. So I'm looking at this customer. They've got 3 different devices. I'm just going to put them all on a policy of monitoring and antivirus plus. Let's say this family has just said, yeah, we want your full $29 package on all our computers. So you say, okay, so you put the policy on, and then we're going to have that policy on all those computers. And now in RepairShopr or Kabuto, there will be a link. Let's see, where's my link? You can create RepairShopr Kabuto subscription here, or from the RepairShopr side, new Kabuto subscription. A couple handy links. I'll just do the Kabuto link. And it's going to say, hey, this person doesn't have a credit card stored, so do you want to just add one now? If you click add, this will take you through that, add a stored credit card, and then come back to this page. Or you can just continue without. The recurring invoice module works, with or without the stored credit card. That's totally fine. And what it's done is it's automatically figured out, based on the policies that these computers have, it's going to map to a Kabuto package with this product that's at $29, and it automatically knows there's 3 devices on that policy. So one of the coolest things about this is if one of those devices gets like uninstalled, or maybe they say like, hey, this one needs to go down to base because we don't use this computer very much anymore, you can switch that policy here and then go refresh that page in RepairShopr, and it'll no longer be charging for 3 of those devices. It'll be 2 at $29 and then 1 at free. So it automatically knows. So when the next bill goes out, it's all totally up to date and current. And then further, what's going to happen here is if you have the stored credit card going and the credit card fails and starts to get declined, this will automatically go take the devices that have these policies and turn off all the paid add-ons. So this will go back down. It'll say, they're overdue. You'll stop paying for them in Kabuto, and all this automation kicks in. So that's a little bit more of an overview of how to use the subscriptions, changing the policies, and what it's going to look like in the recurring invoice area. I want to show the Recur tab. Just one note, you can find that when you've got Recur enabled in the tabs settings. You'll be able to add Recur. I've stuck it in and dragged it up the list. I've got it pretty high here, but turn on Recur and save, and then you'll have this cool dashboard that shows recurring billing only as it relates to the Recur, like Kabuto products. So we've got other recurring billing on this account, but basically this is what it's showing we're doing currently just with Recur and Kabuto in this integration. Okay, that'll conclude this video. We've shown a couple flows and a little bit of the usage, and from here I would go to the knowledge base if you want to dig into any of this in more detail. Have fun!